Okay, so let me give you an example. I just was at Chick-fil-A, and you know how there's double lanes always, right? This whole first lane was backed up all the way to the intersection, and then I'm wondering why are people not going to the second lane? And I go pull up, and I felt like I'm skipping everybody, and I really was, and I felt out of place. But you see, there was no one there, and I started that lane, and then everyone started following me. This is the 11, the power of the 11. This is a very minuscule like example, but it's something like that. You just radiate this 11 energy wherever you go. You'll be the first one. You'll be the leader. You'll start to impact your environment to this such higher degrees, not just something minuscule as this. But then everyone started following me. You see, you have this powers energy to make people feel more comfortable, to uplift people, to make them feel that it's okay. You're here to be the leader, you know, and the majority of the time, you're most likely going to feel awkward, out of place, because of you're the one that stands out. You're the one who thinks outside of the box. Think of when Jesus came here. When Jesus came, you think he fit in with everybody? He stuck out the most creative, the innovator, the spiritual teacher. You know, everyone, it was some people, he had people who followed him, people who didn't follow him. This is the same thing as an 11. You're gonna have people that are gonna, you have the ability to lead. You're very creative. You think outside the box, and your mission here is to uplift and upbring others. What's going on, everybody? Check out this beautiful day. Stop and enjoy the day when you can. Just relax, take a chill pill. And you know, sometimes we just need to relax, and I just wanted to share that really quick with you. So today's video is life path number 11. I had people reach out to me curious and wanting more information of the 11 life path. The 11 is very interesting to me. Well, I am a life path 11, and the older I get, the more wise I become, the more I learn like how powerful your life path is to you, or at least in my experience, to me. I see how, wow, I really am in a life path. It's not just something I read and like it actually is true to me. And of course, we all have different paths, and as the 11, there actually are different 11s, is what I'm learning. So when you add up your birth date, every single number, you end up with one number, and in this case mine is 29, right? And so 2 plus 9 is 11, and you'll see there's also like 3 plus 8, there's 7 plus 4. These are all 11s path numbers, but they are different 11s. So because what happens is you have the 2 and 9, and you have a 2 and a 9 that equals 11. So you have a 2, which is harmony, balance, is the moon's, and then the 9 is Mercury, which is Scorpio. So you know, you're gonna have a lot of different planets, you have a lot of different energies. Cancer and Scorpio are 2 water signs, so I'm a water-based 11 if you look at it that way. And the 11 is a highly spiritual number, highly spiritual leadership number. So I'll show you guys a clip here. This is a 1. This man, I love following this guy. He's a great leader. He's actually an officer in the U.S. Army, and I followed him for many years on his YouTube journey.
I just wasn't feeling the workout, so I told myself, I was like, hey, we'll just wrap this one up. We'll go home. I'll come back in tomorrow, and I'll kill that workout. And it literally pissed me off. Like I pissed myself off. My decisions and thought process to do that pissed myself off. Like I was fucking pissed at myself because that was the standard I was setting for myself. And this is something I want to be really conscious about going into this next year. And I hope that you guys listening to this will be just as conscious about your actions you're going to take going into 2019 and years after that. So think of it this way. You quit on one thing, you quit on everything. The way you do one single thing is the way you're going to do everything else in your life.
So he's the idea of a 1. Look how passionate he is. Look how go after in leadership he is. You see, and a lot of people respect him. This is the one. And us as 11s have 1 and 1. So we have 2 of these. So when you have the 11, it's more geared towards spirituality, helping others raise their number, raise their light, raise their vibration. 1, spiritual enlightenment. So we're geared to helping others and leading others, but in a way to better them, empower them. You see, a number 1 leadership may just be a leadership, but in many array of different ways. So the 11 is more geared toward spirituality. It can be religion, it can be anything of the spiritual guidance. You see, my friends are 11. They're not all very into the spirituality, quantum physics, and energy. They can be more geared toward traditional Christianity, Catholic. So, the life path is just what I've noticed is spirituality. And we have a lot of strengths, we have a lot of weaknesses. The strengths is leadership, of course, creativity, being very confident, having the ability to lead people and bring them up and uplift them and empower them. We have great communication. When we're in our strength, we have balance. Balanced communication, high energy, being able to uplift ourselves and other people. We can walk into a room and be the people with a high vibrational aura energy field that we can just automatically uplift people. So we're the healers, and to get to that point, we had to have many challenges within ourselves to overcome. You see, the weakness or the underdeveloped 11 is the one who have a low self-esteem, may be confused and drained a lot of times especially when they're around people. And we'll get to that in a minute, why this occurs. Another weakness is going internally and having self-sabotage. Because we're drained of this energy, we are confused, we're not sure, and we have this self-destructive patterns against each other, against ourselves. This is the underdeveloped 11. The highly tuned 11, I have an energy teacher, she's an 11, she's amazing, always uplifting, always positive, always optimistic, listens to people very, very carefully, is a great listener, and can give the great advice. So 11s are great givers of advice. They can be therapists, personal trainers, spiritual leaders, spiritual religious teachers and messengers. You see, the word Jesus, if you add up the alphabet, those numbers equals 11 or 1111. So you see, numerology is everywhere. My name is Christian. Christian is very associated with Christianity and religion. You see, it's really mind blowing. It's really interesting. So, what's next? Okay, as the 11, we are the 1. We are also 1 plus 1 is 2. And we are the 11. So I went over the 11. So back to the 1. The 1 is leadership. This is sun, solar energy. Very bright, very creative, leadership, powerful, aggressive. And it's ruled by Leo. Ruled by the sun, and is a Leo sign. So the Leo is the cocky, can be cocky and very confident, wants to be seen, is bright. You see, fun to be around. The 11s are this as well. We have Leo's sun energy, and we also have the exact opposite. So remember, the 11s contradict each other. So we have the number 2 energy, harmony, balance, peace, passive, friendship. You see, this is the part where charisma comes in, the part where we can make friendships and really be very empathic and intuitive when feeling other people. So this is more of a feminine energy, more of this is the rule by the Cancer moon sign. This is the part that allows us to be soft when needed. This is why the 11 is very a balanced spiritual number. We know when to be aggressive, when to lead, and we know when to step back, be passive, be more of the feminine energy, and allow people to come in so we can understand them on a deep level to uplift them. You see, this happens by being intuitive, introspective within ourselves. See, that's why I mentioned the weakness we look very close and deeply internal. We're very deep people. We're by no means shallow people, superficial people. The weakness of internal sabotage comes because we're always looking in. So when we feel drained, we are we fight against ourselves internally. Because we have the power to look deep introspectively and fix our own issues, we may pick up on other people's energies around us and internalize them, because we have a deep desire to help and heal others. And this can overwhelm us and drain our energy if not properly balanced. So we have the opposite, which is being able to express everything outside and bringing people up. We know how to look deep into ourselves and look deeper into others, so we know we can identify. We're psychic and see how they are, and being able to know what to do, what to say, and how to effectively uplift people in a deep spiritual way. We're not just showing them how to eat healthy, but we're showing them how to improve their life, like life coaches. You see, this is where it comes with life coaching, therapy, personal training, because we want to uplift people. The 11s are here to uplift and bring up the vibration of ourselves and the people in the world. The needs of the life path 11. I wanted to add this into the video. So something I feel that we need as 11s in order for us to grow, to become the balanced, masterful 11 life path. We need to have stimulating relationships. That doesn't mean we can't be in relationships that are not very deep, but we grow more as a leader. We grow more when we're challenged, when we're being forced to be stimulated in such a way that will propel our growth. We're not people who like to be stagnant, and if we are stagnant, we're gonna feel inside there's something stirring up. We may feel lost and confused, especially early younger 11s may feel lost and confused because they feel the call to action. They feel the call to do more. They have a huge purpose in life, and it's big enough that it pulls them out. But if we're not aware of this at first, if we're early on into our spiritual journey, we may not understand what it is, and we may feel depressed. But it takes time, and it's a process, and you will get there. And in our core, we want to help others in some way, some fashion. We have a great desire to help and uplift others. So that's a major need. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope this gives you a really great insight on the life path number 11. There's a lot to be said. It's already a 10-minute video. I can make this a lot longer. Let me know what you guys think, if this resonates with you. Which 11 are you? And maybe I'll have to make a video on that too. And in the future, I want to show you guys I think it's also interesting when you have compatibility. So the 11 will go great with a 1, a 2, a 3, and another 11, and a 5 in my point of view, in my opinion, because the 5 is about freedom. The 5 is a very freedom, right? So this freedom excites the 1, because the 1 is very focus oriented, or the 11, I'm sorry, the 11 is very focus oriented and may not have so much fun and freedom, like excitement, because we're so stuck on righteousness, moral, ethic. And the 5 shows us it's okay to have fun. We don't have to take everything so serious all the time. So it's a balance to it. So a 5 is a great for compatibility. And another 1, which is leadership. So you have 2 people going towards the same path, and they can help each other grow. So I'll be making those videos. If you guys want to see those, let me know about compatibility with the 11 or the life path 1 and 2, because since we're both right. So I appreciate you guys watching. See you guys next video.